my name's Warren. I have a ABI, well, I actually have several of them. I have come out the other end of several strokes, which have affected different parts of my brain. The first noticeable signs were my vision changed. I didn't have any of the standard stroke signs, so to speak, so I didn't lose the power down one side of the body or the other. It was just, my vision changed and it didn't make any sense. And then one day I had a bigger one whilst I was at work, and luckily I was working with health professionals, allied health professionals, and they recognised those signs and sent me off to the emergency room straight away, and they eventually picked it up there as well. So over the course of 5 years or so, I had a series of strokes, about 6 or so, and I worked in disability itself, in equipment supply and equipment provisions, and then basically with the worsening state of my brain, I wasn't able to do that job anymore, and I ended up picking up art as a means of mindful therapy, and so I do a lot of painting and sculpting and drawing, and that helps me keep an even keel, basically, which is always a good thing. The main things with the changes that happened because of the injury were very much around that, not having that security of income. Being on the disability pension isn't, it's secure, but it's not great money, as you can all guess. Not having that routine of work also, that did hurt for quite a while. But I found other things to fill in the days with, including painting and art, and doing sort of mentee setups where I'd go to Arts Access Victoria, and one of the workers there was my mentor for arts practice. Not so much teaching me painting or anything like that, but helping me build a direction to go with my art and doing that side of it. Mostly I paint in a very abstract way and try and get try and keep my mental health balanced and that. But most of it is, another way of describing it would be automatic as well, because I'll get up there and I'll get into a certain point and I just let it happen, and it becomes like a meditation for me. So it works really well like that. I'll be there for 2 or 3 hours just la 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 la. And I won't notice that it's been 2 or 3 hours. But doing some of the stuff I've been doing with this, like the formal schooling, it's been a bit harder. It's a bit more exacting and things like that. One of the main attributes that has always been assigned to me when I was working was my high levels of empathy, and I had no idea what they were talking about most of the time. I just said, you just treat everyone equally. It's not that hard. And everyone is a person. That's first and foremost. So when my strokes first started happening and I got to a point where I couldn't work anymore, I just, I couldn't understand what was going on. And being let go from my job at that stage, it seemed rather hypocritical working in a disability organisation for so long, or several organisations, and then being let go because I became disabled, it seemed rather hypocritical. But I had a few mental breakdowns, and that, because I lost my job, I lost, a regular source of income, fell back onto like disability pension, and having to deal with that whole bureaucracy of Centrelink and that side of things. None of it clicked for me. And a friend put a paintbrush in my hand one day and bang, it clicked. That's what I needed to be doing. So basically I'd been, 45 years being, just a worker bee, so to speak, never really creative or anything like that. And then after the strokes and my friend giving me a paintbrush, all of a sudden I became this painter. And some of them are quite disturbing, some of them are quite inspiring, some are what the paintings, they just don't make any sense, and others are just, yep, there's some talent there, keep going, keep going, keep going. I think that's been the biggest thing. If I didn't have the painting, I'd probably be an absolute mess.